Turn up on my.
Back at it once again on the disrespect, the dishonor, the discrediting, the alienating of Laura Winslow, the character.
You know, in a strange sort of way, I think I just might miss Urkel.
Confessions, huh?
Hi, guys. It's for you. I want you to have something to remember me by.
Myra is the one that loved Steve from day one. Showed him love from day one. But here you can clearly see. This is let me bring some of y'all down just in case you don't know. Okay? This is season 1. And Laura on her confessions.
It's not alive, is it?
No, it's a necklace. I was gonna give it to you on our wedding night, but it looks like I'll be dead.
Oh. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
Urkel, what is this?
My retainer.
What is so beautiful about Steve and Laura? You see here, Steve is ahead of Laura right now. He's thinking about wedding night. He's giving her gifts. You know what I'm saying? And so he's way ahead of her. And a lot of people just sit up here and say, Myra loves Steve first. You don't see the grace. Some people need grace. It doesn't mean they're not right for you. It means they need grace to catch up with you. They need grace to see what you see. They need grace to grow in that area as well. It's not because they just don't love you. The connection that Steve and Laura already have. So to say that Myra was the first one that showed him love or loved him first, you just heard Laura say just out of the blue, like, I kind of miss him. You know what I'm saying? That's coming from a real place. So we got to just stop this foolish. This stuff that's about to happen right now for diabolical. It's diabolical. Let's go.
I was heavily disappointed with was the final way.
Oh, wow.
And like maybe with you and Laura getting married and that. Right. The last episode, what would you have done? If you were at the controls, what would you have had?
I don't know. Man, may she rest in peace. You know, Michelle Thomas was such a huge part of the show for me that, you know,
I would have had you marry her.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
See, because I was waiting for you to ask me.
He's jumping over, the Stephen Lord. He didn't even address it. He didn't even acknowledge it. Like, why would you do that? You know what I'm saying?
Do you have any idea how asinine that is? Asinine, asa 10, asa 11, asa 12. Listen.
Expected it, and you fought so hard and so long for Laura, but to switch it up and say, Laura,
Hold on. I'm going to stop right there. To switch it up would mean to switch up history and legacy. We want to play. If you would have switched it up, and you would have switched history and legacy. Okay.
The thing that you think is personal and it's just about you, baby, I want you to understand that it's bigger than you.
What I felt was what I felt in the past.
Right.
What I feel is that somebody who showed me love from day one is the one that's
Gotta stop her again. Okay, first of all, we have already exposed Myra's love. Okay, this is not a love that you'd want.
I can't look like that. I can't look like that. Can't look like that.
Lord, don't love like that.
God, I want Steve. I don't know what he sees in that Laura, but I swear I'll never rest until I make him mine.
Does that sound like love? I will not rest until I make him mine.
But then you start buzzing around Susie. And for a second, I actually almost missed your obnoxious grading presence.
This is showing that she has a love for Steve. She's getting jealous. Okay, so this is debunking that Myra loves Steve before Laura. Let's stop that.
With another woman, Laura Winslow.
Right.
Oh, Steven, you're so cute when you're wrong.
What do you mean I'm wrong?
Laura Winslow has played you like a fiddle. She's got you so mixed up that you actually think that you love her, but you don't.
I don't?
No.
Hey, Myra loves Steve. This is the type of love that Myra was showing Steve from the very beginning. Manipulating and controlling the way he thinks and feels to where he can't even have thoughts of his own, right? We know, I'm sorry, ladies, I have to call us out on this one. But guys, you meet some of them women that instantly try to tell you how to think and feel, right? No, that's not love. That's control.
Laura Winslow, you brazen barracuda.
Here we go.
Here we go again. It's time. Steve Urkel steams my broccoli. Stay away or you're going to get burned.
You see what I'm saying again? So this is very early on. Showed him love from the very beginning. Okay, Myra is one of those chicks, you know what I'm saying, that will make you cut off all your friends. Well, she is to be your world. What is Myra and Steve doing? Excuse me, what is Laura and Steve doing that causes this reaction from Myra? They're sitting down eating lunch at school. Like, what big deal? If anything, go sit down next to him and jump in the conversation.
Eddie, you forced Steve to cheat. And now when he needs you, you leave him high and dry. Eddie, Steve was a real friend to you, and it's about time you return the favor.
So this isn't love? Her standing up for Steve and going off on her big brother. No, this is love, guys. This is love.
God, I love you.
See, Steve it that it's love. Yep. Come on, man. This is a form of love. It's called forced love. Yes, this is what this is. Okay. Look at this. Look at this.
I flunk swimming. I don't graduate.
Oh, yeah. Now, and why are we looking at this? Because remember the announcer and Jalil said the show should have ended with Myra because Myra showed love from the very beginning, and it's like this is the stuff we miss out on, where because it doesn't come when you want it to come and because it doesn't come in the package that you thought it was going to come in, you dismiss it. And so you dismiss situations like this where Laura is clearly showing how much she loves Steve. Because what she's doing right now does not benefit her whatsoever. And that's one of the true ways where you will know when it's real, when it's real true love is when they're helping you in a way that you can't return it. When they're helping you in a way that they're not even looking for you to return it. And so that's what I learned from Steve and Laura. It doesn't mean it isn't coming. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that you're not seeing signs that it's on the way. You know what I'm saying? That's why it is ridiculous to think that the show should have ended any other way besides with Steve and Laura. When this is a beautiful building relationship. Look. He's trying. He's trying.
Knock, knock.
Busting up in somebody's door once again.
Stevie, I get the feeling you're hiding something from me. Nonsense, my little worrywart.
Trust me, Myra, there's nothing to be suspicious of.
Oh, so you say. But trust me, if I find you're messing with my honey bunny buns, things will get sticky.
You see what I'm saying? But it's love. But it's controlling, manipulative, and anybody that comes in Steve's spear is getting insults. Okay.
Come on, Steven.
I pictured a handsome date dressed in a gorgeous tuxedo.
How?
Then he'd pick me up in a limousine and we'd dance the night away.
Dancing that away.
And it'd be the best time of my entire life.
That's a nice fantasy.
No, that's not a fantasy because you made it all come true.
And see, that's what I'm saying again here. When we got to ask, who really loved him the most and who really loved him first. Growing and maturing into the man that he's going to be. And Laura is encouraging that and showing love in that. Okay? But
This silly new Steve and come crawling back to me and beg my forgiveness.
silly new Steve. Like, that is one of the most worst insults you could give somebody who's growing and maturing, and you're gonna call them silly. Your little silly dreams, your little silly aspirations, your little silly goals. Like, the question, did Myra actually ever love Steve? Did she switch up? I don't think she switched up. I think he switched up, and it caused her true character, okay? Her true character to come out.
Please?
I'm sorry, Myra.
I am so sorry about your eye. I know it'll help.
So this isn't love? This isn't love. When a woman puts a kiss on you like this, okay, it's love, guys. That's what we got. What Steve and Laura represent is an ongoing, organic love. Yeah. Myra does not represent an actual true love, okay? It is a love that is conditioned. Myra's love was conditioned. It was not unconditional, right? It was conditioned under the fact if Steve basically obeyed her demands and commands. And as long as Steve followed suit, he was good. But as soon as he tried to grow up a little bit, be a little bit of himself, what happened? She tried to son him. Laura had a love for Steve before Myra. This is the ridiculousness that I continue to talk about.
This dance goes to the one guy who's always treated me like a queen. Steve Urkel.
Now look at this, man. Legacy and the history is so rich of Steve and Laura. How could you ever think of ending it any other way? It's just, come on, man. Come on now. Dance on, Steve. It's your time. It's your time. It's your time. Yeah. Pull them close, Laura. Pull them close, Laura. You better do that, girl. Come on, man. Come on, what we talking about, man. History, baby.
After this medical ordeal, would you please give me something to remember you by?
Like what?
Yeah.
Marry me.
Marry.
No.
Will you dance? We gonna steady.
No.
A date.
No.
A kiss.
On the hand.
On the lips.
The forehead.
Deal.
You can't tell me that is not classic. That is so classic, Stephen Laura. You still get a little kissy to kiss us on the forehead, not on the lips. But nonetheless, it's still a kiss and a kiss. It's a kiss and a kiss.
Tell me what he's doing today. Oh my! What is Steve Urkel doing today? Steve, and no, I don't know. He's inventing something somewhere. I will say that, and he probably has a picture of Laura on his desk. I do know that. You know, for TV's sake, yeah, Steve married Laura.
What happened to this guy? What happened to this guy? Where he kind of he acknowledged the history and the legacy of Steve and Laura. You know what I'm saying? Smile on his face, you know. But like, what changed in his mind to now to completely? You see, he didn't avoid this question at all. See that big, beautiful smile? Jalil, he's good looking, right? But he didn't avoid the question at all. He was asked a direct question. What is Steve and Laura doing today? Da, 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 right? He didn't look over. He didn't do. So like, what happened between then and now? And this is after the show's over. So like, what happened? I wonder if it's a lot of people coming up to him and being like, you should have got with Myra. You should have got with Myra. You should have got with Myra. Right? I wonder if there's just a lot of that to see legacy. That's what this is all about. You know what I'm saying? So I just wonder, where did he get off track not as far as a human being, but as far as the Stephen Laura storyline and the legacy of Stephen Laura? Where did he get off track? He had it together here. And somewhere along the line, he double dribbled, he traveled, and then he just lost the ball out of bounds. I don't know what happened. Somebody help me.
Season 10, where Laura and Steve were supposed to get married, right? Is there any hope for a revival or a reboot where you all are grown, you have your lives now, we see Steve and Laura together?
What I wanted to know about you was, the show in particular. I know you guys left us with the scene with you and Steve after you came down from space, and with the kissing scene, right, at the end. But confused with the episode that I saw, because I was like, how come they didn't do a wedding? We wanted to see
we never got married on the show. That's what we wanted to see, the family.
Right, because we seen the plans and stuff like that. And I was all hype. I was like, yeah, because he wore her down. And
That's funny. He wore her down. Wow.
So yeah, hopefully there's a reboot because I want to see the kids.
Okay, but switching it up would not have been a representation of what Family Matters is. And most of these shows, we're going to go into some of this right now. Most of these shows, if they switch it up, it's in the right direction, not in the wrong direction. You know what I'm saying?
You for telling me to get lost.
I'll do it for her. Get lost.
I love you, Nikki Parker. With all my heart and soul.
I think you are a wonderful man. This man is my soulmate.
Now look, this is such a beautiful moment with the Parkers, but I'm just asking the question again. Why did they do it like this? Right? She was at the altar to marry somebody else because of the history and the legacy of the show is being honored right here. Beautiful moment too.
You got off the plane. I love you too, and I'm never letting you go again.
Okay, because this is where I want to be.
Again, just showing. We saw the history and everything that went on with Ross and Rachel, right? And again, why are they ending the show like this? Because of the legacy and the history. It matters, okay? It matters.
Husband, from this day forth to having a home and richer for poorer, baby, please, please.
I do.
I'll say this again, and we're going to get into it. Why did those shows do that? And why did Family Matters do it? Because you're honoring and respecting the history and the legacy of Family Matters, which he is not doing. It's here.
Laura, I am not your pudding pop, and I never will be.
You are to her.
Oh, yes, you will.
You are to her.
One day, my charms will overwhelm you.
They're going to get you.
And then you'll fall into my arms, and I'll bear you a busload of fine, strong sons.
Like, she became a female version of Steve Urkel to the absolute perfection. And this is what I'm talking about. We talk about the legacy and the history that Kelly has left on this show. Come on now. Look what I got for you. I got for you later. Look, you got to put a ring on it. You got to put a ring on it first. But you can have it. If you put a ring on it, all of this.
Listen to me.
But you know, I got to stop. But you know what also is so dope that Kelly did right there? Is I don't know if people realize that the way that Steve flirted with Laura was awkward, right? So if you look what she just did right there, that was her way of flirting with Steve. But it was very awkward. I don't know if people picked that up.
Try and pay attention to what I'm saying.
She did awesome.
Okay? Are you paying attention, Laura? Oh, you have beautiful eyes. Oh, thank you, Laura. And your nostrils are perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, they flared. Whoa, daddy, hormone.
But how somebody asked, how did she do this? Seriously. This is insane.
Just stop it.
Kelly's doing her thing too. Kelly got her thing going on too. Come on, Kelly. Sure. Respect. Look at Kelly. Yeah, they call her young and sexy. You know what I'm saying? There with Tatiana Ali. I'm just saying. Kelly was doing her thing too. Come on now. Come on with it. Look at Kelly getting her little modeling thing on. You know what I'm saying? Look at Kelly. Look at the girl. Look at her. I love it. Kelly getting her little modeling on. The girl was gorgeous.
Seeing you on TV and being a black woman and a brown-skinned woman, I was like, yes! Because we don't have that. We need more television. I'm like, yes, come on, black women are beautiful. Stop. Don't treat us like that.
Thank you.
And you was gorgeous, girl. I was like, oh my goodness.
Black women, they just be on another level. They're just the level of beauty and grace that they walk with. It's just absolutely incredible. Some of the most beautiful women on this earth are black women, straight up.
The haircuts, right? Because she inspired me to get a haircut, but
Really?
I could never get into the salon to get the courage to do it. Oh, really? But yeah, you made me want to cut my hair. Like
Okay. What a lot of people don't know is Kelly put a lot of time and thought into how she styled her hair, the outfits that she wore. So she was trying to.
I've been on that show for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Thank you.
Give a shout out to Word Up Official. Check this out. I love this. Shout out to him.
You want your kids to act.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think the entertainment industry gives you an opportunity to see how other people live in a way that's, if it's something they want to do, but it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of emotional work.
Yeah. And of course, you'd be able to prepare them for all of it.
I just showed that interview of Kelly being asked about, whether her kids, would you want your kids going into acting in the industry? It's because we're not just talking about this man's legacy. Okay, we're also talking about her legacy. You know what I'm saying? And yes, she has a legacy of a wife. She has a legacy of a mother. She has the legacy of a great person. But this is also part of her legacy, what she did as Laura and what she did as Stephen Laura. And when he wants to brush over it and not acknowledge it, you're not acknowledging some of her legacy. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of why I wanted to show it, because her legacy matters too, straight up. The richness and the legacy that is Stephen Laura. It's ingrained in so many people's brains, even at this point. Check it out.
Oh, Laura, my pet, I created something that'll make you love me. I got a great new cereal. Did I do that?
Yeah, you did.
So hike up your pants for the Urkel's round.
We're Urkelized with Urkel.
Strawberry banana fruit flavor so fine. Just one little bite and I know she'll be mine.
She'll be Urkelized with Urkel.
Oh, Laura, when I find you, you'll taste true love. The Urkelite.
Are we peeping game here? So when we're talking about the history and the legacy of Stephen Laura, this is a commercial about cereal. But can I ask the class, who's the subject? Come on, you got to know. Don't all you guys raise your hand at one time. Yeah, I'm calling on you right there. What did you say? Laura Winslow. That is the subject. You are correct. Laura Winslow was the subject of this whole entire cereal commercial. Laura, right? And she's not in the video, but you still have her likeness in name. Everybody knows who he's singing to. And this is what I'm talking about when we talk about the richness and the legacy that's already been ingrained, to the point that people that are directing this video was like, hey, we're going to have you sing to Laura. You know what I'm saying? You know, and this is the thing that irritates me. Is like his pockets got fatter off of this. You know what I'm saying? Well, Kelly didn't get a dime. She'd probably get a dime, nickel, or a penny. And they used her character's likeness, if you will. But this is what I'm talking about, with that he wants to look back on and not, want to shove under the rug or not acknowledge. And him and Stephen Laura made him money. Laura, made him money. Laura Winslow made him money in this commercial. She was the subject, right? Those who raised your hand and you said Laura Winslow was the subject, you are correct. Okay? You have passed the test. And
Thank you, Steve.
I was like, he actually made money off of that. And Kelly didn't get nothing. Now, I understand, well, Kelly, she wasn't in it. Yeah, but they used her character as Laura to make this dude's pockets fatter. You know what I'm saying? In the doll baby one, he referenced, I showed you that, no sweat my pet. If you watch Family Matters, he's only talking about Laura there. So I just think that all this is so interesting, that like this is how this man's pockets got fittity fatty fat. You know what I'm saying? Bang. Kelly as Laura was a part of his come up. Period. She was a part of his come up, and that's why I wanted to show you those commercials, because if she wasn't, why are they using Laura? It is a cereal commercial. Why does she need to be mentioned? It's a commercial about his doll baby. Why does she need to be mentioned? Why? Because they knew what worked. You get what I'm saying? And this man got his pockets fittity fat off of that, and Kelly didn't get nothing. But now he want to try to run it back in all the wrong way. It says, come on, man. Come on with that.
Sis, it's time out for watering down your brilliance, watering down your gifts, watering down your anointing, watering down your worth, while everybody else benefits from what you got to offer. I'm talking to some sisters. You've been giving. And everybody else has been benefiting from your favor. It's time for you to know your worth. I know what I have to offer.
Show. It's just a sitcom. No, it's a sitcom that made history. It's a sitcom that is legendary. Show. And I would ask the question, what is different from an actor to an athlete? What is different, right?
Hello, Michael.
Fix it. Yep, there you go. Bounce back. Bounce back.
Asia Wilson from 3. Oh, yeah.
How about Asia Wilson? Not only the shot, but show us a little something coming down the floor.
When it comes to how it impacts us, what's the difference? There isn't one. Except the other people, they act and they do something to entertain us, to brighten our day. And athletes, they go and they entertain us in a competitive way. But what are they doing? They're giving us something to look forward to. They're giving us something to root for. They're giving us something to get behind, right? Steve and Laura did, right? And that's what builds a legacy. Steve and Laura, iconic. Laura Winslow is iconic. Do not ever think that what you're doing is small. I don't care what it is. Do not let the enemy play with your mind to think that, oh, you're just a janitor. You're just a teacher every day. And you go, you know what I'm saying? You're just a carpenter. You're just a mechanic. You're not building a legacy. You're not building history. You're not contributing to this earth. Yes, you are. Your legacy matters. I don't care what it is, because you got to understand what legacy. Legacy has to start somewhere so it can build, right? So starting in small beginnings and starting a legacy in small beginnings is okay, because that's what legacy is about. That's why what Jalil's talking about right now is so because it's like you're trying to cut off that legacy tree that is actually supposed to grow and continue to grow and continue to grow. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we have to understand about this. Don't ever think a player, the basketball player, or the dentist or the doctor. No. In the smallest thing that you may be doing, you may be a stay-at-home mom. You are building a legacy. You're taking care of your children and your husband. You're building a legacy. Say you're someone that goes on the days when the church is closed, and you go and mop and clean the floors and clean the bathrooms. You are building a legacy. Don't ever let anybody tell you that your contribution to this earth doesn't matter, how big or how small. You are building a legacy for others to build on. It may start here, right? But then it may end here. You might be like, all I do is I'm just a janitor. Okay, but then the next person goes and maybe they end up owning the school. You don't know, right? So that's what I want. I'm sorry, but I want people to know that, because it's the biggest lie of the enemy that gets you to believe that. Because once the enemy can convince you that your contribution, because it's small, because it's, oh, I'm just doing YouTube, or I'm just doing this over here, or I'm just, you know what I'm saying? The enemy can deceive you, into thinking that those things don't matter when it comes to the value of your life and your legacy. Once he can get you out of that mindset, he can get you out of purpose. And once he gets you out of purpose, now you're doing stuff and around people, right, that you're not going to be around. That's when heartbreak comes. That's when, goals are not met, because you're actually in something that you're not supposed to be in, because you didn't acknowledge when you were in the small place. Or maybe you're in we got to stop thinking that only people like LeBron James, and I don't know, all the tech people or whatever, are the ones leaving a legacy. No, Kelly is leaving a legacy. As Laura is iconic, first of all. And she built, and you see that, you even see that with Family Matters, that legacy of Steve and Laura, that organically continue to grow. And that's what legacy does. So don't think just because where you're at right now, all I do is install cable. You know what I'm saying? All I do is wash dishes at this place. Don't ever say all I do. You are building a legacy. You are building a legacy that other people can build on and build on and build on and build on. And you go back and you look and you're like, wow, it started here? Wow. Love God, love people. May God bless you. May God keep you.
My God, they don't want to hit you. Yeah, yeah.